Chapter 98. There is no I in sky. Questioner. I have a question about working on the ego, making an effort to dissolve the ego. What can I do? Maharaj, as long as we are considering ourselves in body form, all these questions will arise. Questioner. Even though I try, it seems impossible to do anything to get rid of... Maharaj, it will happen automatically. Nisargadatta Maharaj says if you take one drop of poison, you need not ask, what will the consequences be? Similarly, this spiritual knowledge is a drop of nectar, which will automatically take its course. It is addressed to the invisible listener and not to you. Don't bring the I in. You need not think about what may or may not happen. Questioner. It just works on its own. Maharaj, this is addressed to the silent listener and not to you. Questioner. I just want to disappear. Maharaj, be careful not to get mixed up with that I. You are just like the sky. Questioner. Yes, I know, but even beyond sky. Maharaj, sky is everywhere. English sky, American, Indian sky. It is not different. We have divided the sky by naming it. English sky, American sky, or Russian sky. But there is no difference at all because sky is sky. Likewise, with spiritual knowledge, Brahman is Brahman. It's not the case that James's Brahman is different from Michael's Brahman, because Brahman is Brahman. Ultimate truth is called Para Brahman or Atman, but we are discriminating with the use of this mind and intellect. So don't use your mind. Forget about it. Mind came after. It does not have its own independent existence. You're supplying power to the mind. It is only because of your power that the mind functions. The mind works with your power. It is your power alone that makes the mind work. The ego functions with your power. If there were no power, what would happen to this body? The fact is your final truth, and therefore you are unborn. In order to have this conviction, you have to undergo this process. The knowledge has to be absorbed. If you have any questions or doubts, do not keep them to yourself. Clear all doubts. Questioner. I know all this. I know this is ultimate, completely, but still there is some subtle individuality remaining. Maharaj, when you say, I know this, it is illusion. Prior to being this, you did not know anything. Prior to being this, you did not know that you were Brahman, Atman, or Para-Brahman, God. You did not know anything. It was just like, I don't know. I don't know is the perfect answer. You are your own master, and you will be able to answer all questions. Questioner. I can't dissolve myself, and I get frustrated. I know I don't exist. This I don't exist is just like a thought. I comes in and then it goes. Maharaj, stop thinking. Just remain. Be. The poison is acting. That drop of nectar has already gone inside. Don't worry about what may or may not happen, or about any of the consequences. The mind is a crazy mind. The mind is very crazy. It becomes silent for some time, and then it will find a way of coming back. It's like the dog's tail, which is inserted into a tube in order to straighten it. But the moment the tube is removed, it curls up again. Questioner. When the mind becomes silent, I don't think it is dissolved. Maybe it's just hiding. Maharaj, listen to me. I am hammering the same thing. Mind does not have an existence of its own. We have given birth to the mind. Where is the mind? For this discussion we are using the mind. It took birth the moment the spirit clicked with the body and you started saying, this is my mind. We have given birth to the mind. Open fact. Questioner. But this I, when you say my mind, my ego, is this I the ego? Maharaj, all this confusion is caused by the words, and as I told you, there were no words prior to beingness. Why do you give so much importance to these illusions? I is also an illusion, and that's why I told you no I, no mind, just sky. No I, no mind, just sky. Does the sky have an ego? The impact of all this body knowledge must dissolve. To do this, you are given the meditation practice so that slowly, slowly, slowly you will come to the ultimate truth. So that I am that. I am knowing myself in body form. This body is a food body which is not going to survive. It has an age limit, a time limit. If you want to know yourself in a real sense, you have come to the proper place. Are there any questions? I am here to answer any questions. Questioner. So much to absorb. I just want to kill the I. Maharaj, this is nonsense talk. There is nothing to kill. I have told you that I is illusion. Do your practice and develop your base knowledge as well. Read I Am That again and again, and Master of Self-Realization. The notes from Siddha Rameshwar Maharaj's lectures were taken down by Nisargadatta Maharaj, and these became the book Master of Self-Realization. In these days there were no tape recorder. Parts of these talks might be missing, but Nisargadatta Maharaj managed to write down the majority of them because he had a strong base. He was able to understand what Siddha Rameshwar Maharaj wanted to convey, and therefore this book is very effective. All this knowledge is very simple knowledge, but people have made it so complicated that now it appears as if it belongs to someone else and not to you. Your knowledge has become alien, extraneous. It does not belong to somebody else. It belongs to you. It is your knowledge. Questioner. Sometimes I feel very connected to what you're saying and every word speaks, but at other times it's not so clear. Maharaj, as I told you, this happens because a lot of impressions on your subtle body. This causes an imbalance of thoughts, but just remember that the mind, ego and intellect came afterwards. Compare yourself to an actor in this world. We are acting as a man or a woman in the drama of life, but you're neither a man nor a woman. In this way, try and convince your unidentified, anonymous, invisible identity.